What am I starting with? Day 4? And got up about 7 o'clock.
Well, I got up my alarm went off at 6:49.
Sorry,
To be exact.
I said about.
Hang on, remember on the last episode we were Tiffin?
Yeah.
So we said stay tuned.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget that.
No, we made up.
No, we didn't.
Yes.
Okay, this is what happened. So,
What do you want to say about the coffee first? Because that was the start of our day.
okay, so we got up and got ready, put everything in the car, said catch you later, Sacramento. Oh, the receptionist guy was trying to talk to me.
He was gay.
Oh, he wasn't. Yeah, he wanted me, I think. What did he say again? Can't remember.
I was in the car, remember?
Yeah, but I told you when I got in the car, obviously you didn't listen to me. But that's not a Pikachu, is it?
No, that's Meowth. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so I went in there and I'm like, oh, I just wanted to check out. And he's like, okay, blah, blah, blah. And some other lady came in and sat down behind me because she was waiting. And he was like, oh, do you want a receipt? I'm like, nah. I'm like, no thanks. And then he's like farting around and going through all this shit and blah, 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 blah. And then some other guy just walks in and drops his key off and goes, I'm checking out, bro. And then walked out. And he goes, oh, what room? Told him the room and then he walked out. And I'm like, so what am I waiting for here? Like, what is he farting around with? I'm like, oh, do I need to do anything or sign anything or can I just go? And he's like, oh, I'm just trying to get you your receipt. And I'm like, no, it's all good. Don't worry about it. And then the other lady chimed in and she's like, was talking about the guy being rude, like just coming in and barging in. Anyway, he obviously wanted to waste some time so he could try to talk to me a bit more because I told him I was from Australia and he said he liked my accent. And anyway, so I said, catch you later, mate. And then we went over to Macca's for breakfast. Oh, we're getting better. We went for breakfast.
We had breakfast.
Yeah, and I got a bacon and egg McMuffin and I put barbecue sauce and ranch sauce in it and it was so much better than Australia's muffins. But their ham, the bacon, is different. It's more like a big slice of ham, isn't it? Like a thick slice. A thick slice of ham.
It's like our Macca's bacon used to be before they used real bacon.
Is it?
Yeah. It used to be rubbery and like ham. And they called it bacon.
But it was, I reckon it was better than Australia.
Yeah.
And I got a hash brown. Oh, that hash brown was good. Oh, that was a good hash brown. I was quite impressed with America's breakfast at Macca's. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was better than Australia.
Yeah.
Except the coffee.
And then, so we learnt from the previous day that you have to put milk. You have to hang on. They don't put milk in your coffee. So when I went up to the register, something clicked in me. I'm like, I'm pretty sure they call it creamer or some shit, like cream or creamer. So I said to the guy, I want a coffee, but like, do I ask for milk or creamer or like what am I meant to ask for? Because I'm from Australia, and yesterday I didn't get none. How does it work? And he's like, looked at me real funny, and he's like, creamer. Like he could tell I didn't know what I was doing, and it was funny. He was nice about it, I think. And he's like, creamer, and he's like, how many creamer you want? You want 1 creamer, 2 creamer? I'm like, well, I don't know. How much creamer is there, and how much would you normally put in a normal coffee to make a normal coffee? And he's like, look, I'll just give you 4 and put them in your bag, and then you can put them in yourself, and blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay. And then I get my coffee, or he asked for an iced coffee, and then they gave him the wrong thing. They gave him a coffee, so they obviously don't listen. Well, they don't understand Australian.
Yeah. Both.
And yeah, I got my coffee, and it was like full to the very top. I'm like, well, there's no room for the creamer, so then I had to tip some of the coffee out to put the creamer in there. And I put the 4 creamers in there, and it was kind of alright, but it was still pretty shit. Like, it's not like like if you go to Macca's in Australia and ask for a coffee, like a normal coffee, it's not the same at all. Like, it's not as strong. Like, we asked for 2 sugars as well, and it didn't taste like it.
No.
But
it was better than the day before. But
better than the day before, but it was still crap. But he didn't pour any water out, so mine was a little bit better than his because he still had too much water ratio to his creamer. And is creamer just milk, and they call it creamer, or is it actually a different product? It just looked like milk. It looked like milk.
Because we sell creamer at Coles.
Oh, got my flat going on there. And then we took off, and we were off to where?
We went the wrong way. We were off to, is it Yosemite State Park?
I don't know. I always call it Yosemite, or
Yeah, it could be that.
yeah, I don't know. We're off to there. Did we go the wrong way to start with?
We went the wrong way about 9 times.
Well, this is what happened, okay? So he scoffed his food, and then he's asked me to give him directions while I've got my food in my hand and in my mouth, and then he go past the turn, and I go, let me redirect it, but I've still got food and sauce and everything all over me, and like 2 open sauces on my lap, and then I redirect it. By the time I redirected it, he'd already passed the redirection, so then I had to redirect it to redirect because he'd passed the redirection. That makes sense?
Yeah.
And it was a massive pain. But anyway, we ended up finally getting wherever we got, right?
To the park.
Well, let's talk about the drive there. Oh, that's what happened. So he was driving to start with.
I was going to say I can't remember it because I didn't drive.
But you should remember what it looked like.
Yeah, but I was trying to... Yeah.
Okay, so he started driving and it was just, again, what was it? What did you think of the view? You describe it.
It was pretty average while I was driving.
No, it wasn't. Oh, yeah, it was.
Yeah. I just drove...
Did you drive when there was like that massive...
No.
Oh, so anyway, he was driving and it was pretty average. And then I thought, well, might as well swap over because not much was happening. There wasn't any traffic. We were in the middle of nowhere, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, alright, let's do this. Let's give it a go. And then pulled over and I got out and I got back in.
You put the windscreen wipers on.
And it's interesting. It's not that hard. Like, it's not as hard as you think. I feel like I got used to it pretty quickly, pretty easily.
We've been watching an expert for a few days.
Yeah, and yeah, the only hard part is the blinkers. Like, it's on the wrong side, and it's really annoying. So every time you go to merge or move or whatever, and you got to do that shit pretty quickly sometimes, and you hit the what are they called?
Windscreen wipers.
You hit those, and everything's going, and you're like, oh shit, and then you got to turn them off, and then do what you got to do. But what else did I do? Oh, there was a couple times where we stopped, and I went to like put it into park and pull the handbrake on to my left because that's what you would normally do, right? And it's like that's the wrong side. And then what else did I do? There's something else I did backwards as well. Can't remember.
Yeah, but couldn't get used to driving with your opposite arm.
Yeah, because I normally drive with my right arm on the window. But you need to drive with your left arm so that you can hit the blinkers.
It's just the opposite.
Yeah,
So you have your left arm hang on the window.
and I just felt weird. Like, I don't drive that way. I'm not left-handed. Well, I am, but I'm not. Anyway, and then I started driving, and then what happened? What did you see?
Well,
A tree and
What?
a tree.
A tree?
Yeah, I saw a tree.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh, Oh yeah, when you nearly ran off the road.
No, I meant like the millions and billions of trees that we saw.
Not the one I was heading towards when you were driving. Because you were... No?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. You must have missed that. Anyway. We took a wrong turn again. Remember? And then we went up the wrong road. But it worked out alright. Because it went back to the same road, but we went up higher up the mountain and got better views.
Yeah, we took a more scenic route, apparently. And it's very windy and lots of trees and things to see and
mountains and
niceness and all that stuff. And so first we stopped at the tunnel view.
No, we stopped at the creek.
Oh, first we stopped at a little creek. It was like nothing. We just got out and we stopped there, and that was nice.
It would have been better if you fell in the water and I filmed that. That would have been exciting, something to talk about.
Well, I'll make sure I push you over tomorrow.
Okay.
Something
That's a
to
good
talk
idea.
about.
Make sure you film it.
Okay. And yeah, we took some photos in the creek and stuff, and it's nice and pretty and nice. And then we headed up to Tunnel View, which is like you can see right down the valley with the massive mountains on either side and all the trees, and it's like really high. We were like 9,000 feet up.
Oh no, that was 6,000 I think.
Oh no, but eventually we got to like I reckon 10,000 feet up.
Yeah.
The highest point we got to was really high. Like I've never seen anything like this in my whole entire life. Like these mountains are huge. Like it just blew my mind. Like the fact that we have this stuff on this earth, and I didn't even know. Like
your notes.
And like I've never seen anything like that. I don't even know what the biggest mountain or whatever I've seen is. It must be like Mount Dandenong or something, I think. But this was just like insane. Like you could see, again, it was like being on top of the world, and you could see everything, and it's crazy. Like it was like so massive.
It was like a painting. Like
oh yeah. When we were driving past, it didn't even look real. It looked like we were on a road with the painting stuck on the side. Like it didn't even look 3D. It was that like insane. Anyway, so we took some photos at the top. Oh, hang on. On the way there, we saw the Yours Mini Park sign. And we're like, oh, we'll take some photos with the sign. Because, you know, in front of the sign, like, so we've been there and whatnot, as you'll see. And we get there, and there's this Indian couple. And was she Asian, or was she just like an old funny lady?
She's just an old funny lady.
And there was this old funny lady there. And we're all waiting, like, this Indian family were waiting, obviously, to get a photo in front of the sign, like we were. They got there first, so they were before us. And there was this lady that was just taking photos of the sign, like it was the real thing. Like she was going up close to each little section of the sign, of the painting, and taking, oh, that I'll take a photo of that rock, and I might take a photo of this rock next to that rock. And I don't know if she was like studying the way it was painted so she could repaint it in the same style or what, but we were all standing there looking at each other like it didn't, like she took forever, and she, like, I don't know if she was just rude or she had no idea of her surroundings and no idea that we were clearly standing there waiting to take a photo. Like it was very obvious.
Even
like,
when she walked away, she didn't look.
She didn't
at
look
anyone
at
around.
Yeah, it's like she was in her own little world, and she's like, take a photo of this bit, and then 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 this bit. And we're like, I just step back and just take a photo of the whole thing, yeah, and then when you get home, you can zoom in or zoom out, zoom in or zoom out. Oh, anyway, so we were kind of looking at the family and having a little bit of a giggle, like, what the fuck is she doing? And then they had their turn, then we had our turn, and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Back to the tunnel view.
Yeah.
So up there. Oh, and it was getting hot. By this point, I was, 38 degrees, was it?
Nah.
Oh, like 28 up there. I don't know. It felt hot, so I had to slap on some sunscreen, and then we jumped up and took some photos and whatever of the view.
Photos.
But then, like, I stood up on the thing on the edge. Oh, that was scary. I don't know. I had the shakes. Like, I was like, in one false step, and I would be dead. Off you go. See you later. Down the hill. Bye bye. See ya. Anyway, we finished doing that, and then the next stop was Glacier Point. So we go on this massive. I'm like, this track is this forest is huge. Like, it's. I didn't realize how long it takes to get into the forest and then back out of the forest. Like, it's like woof, 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 and you feel like you get nowhere. It just feels like it's going on and on and on forever. And then we're going all through these hills and up and down and round to get to Glacier Point. So the Glacier Point is the one where it's at the very top of the whole entire thing, and you can go on the edge and get a photo. So you got to go to a certain point, and then they take you in a shuttle bus the rest of the way. And we had to choose. Like, there's multiple parts of the park that you could visit, and we chose Glacier Point, and that's the part we chose, and knowing that if we went to that we'd miss out on other parts. Anyway, we drove all the way up there, got there, and there was a huge line of cars and people, and we finally got in there, and the lady's like, it's gonna be an hour and a half wait or whatever, and we only had like an hour left before we had to leave completely so we could get here to Las Vegas. So we had to make the decision, are we going to wait an hour and a half to even get on the bus and blah blah blah. So we decided that we would go back down and we'd just head straight here. I feel sick, I'm hungry. Oh yeah, so we decided we'd go back down because we'd seen a lot, and it was really nice what we did see, and I was happy. We got a lot of photos, and it was nice, and we were quite content.
We weren't disappointed because we would have thought that.
I was worried that he was going to get the shits that we drove all that way in, and we're not even going to go to where we were meant to go. But we saw a lot on the way there anyway.
And the tunnel view spot was probably worth
the drive in anyway.
Worth the drive in.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So we were happy with that decision. So we left. We went to leave, and then as we were coming out, there's like rangers and stuff everywhere. So we wind down the window and asked the ranger. Like, they're full serious there, aren't they? Like, the female rangers are quite. Like, they're just different. Like, they seem really manly. If that makes sense. Like, they're just very. The way they talk. Can you do how they talk? What would you say to us?
I can't remember.
The one that was saying about waiting because the bus might come out, and then she told us to go in the car park. So I'm just going to get you guys to wait here. We might have this bus coming on through in a minute, so we'll just see if this guy can get out, and then we'll let you guys go on through. And then she's like, oh no, looks like he's loading up that bus, you can come on in now. I don't think it was like that, but you know what I mean? Like,
it's because they got deep. The accent gives them deep voices.
Yeah, like they sound masculine, and like they're in their hat and their thing. And anyway, we came out. Eventually, we asked this lady for directions on the quickest way to get to Las Vegas, and she's like, "Go blah 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 blah." I'm like, "Okay." But she said it. Like, for me, it was quick. We're tired, and I'm like, "Did you get that?" And he kind of was like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "I don't believe that he got that," but anyway. So we're driving back down, and then there's a road, 120 road, and it's coming up, and I'm like, "We'll go on 120, yeah?" I'm like, "I'm pretty sure we go on 120, yeah?" And he's like, "I don't know what you said," but we drove past the 120 turn off to start with.
Yeah, well, the sign said, because it was a shortcut to not go to the valley. So the sign said to all three
120,
roads,
140, and 4 something.
41.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And I think that confused him because he didn't understand how that went to all the roads. But anyway, I thought we should have gone down there, but we didn't. And then...
And you were driving, so you could have taken it upon yourself.
And then we kept driving forward, and then we realised, I'm like, shit, we're meant to go down there. And I pulled over, and then I was going to try and do a U-turn. But then we realised that it was one-way road. Like 2 lanes going one way. So you can't do a U-turn. And this is when it started to get really busy. So we pulled over and let all these people go in front of us, and then we had to struggle to get back in. Anyway, then we got back in, and then it was just a disaster, okay? We had to go all the way down to the valley, pretty much, to cross over, to go back up the other side, to get onto the road that we were originally meant to go on, because it was a one-way thing. It was just... And then the traffic was really bad. It wasn't moving for a while. But once we got up the other side, finally it started moving again. And,
What?
And it's very confusing, the whole... Because it's in miles. It's not in how many k's you go on. It's miles. I didn't think about that before we came here. It's not in mils. It's not in litres. It's not in grams. It's not in k's. It's in miles, okay?
And the sunscreen's not 4 hours, it's 80 minutes.
What is that? Their sun cream selection was pretty shit. Like, that largest bottle we could get was not even that big. Like, how come they can sell a friggin' Coke the size of your head for $1 and then they got shit sun cream
For 80 minutes.
for 80 minutes?
$7.44 plus tax.
Oh, ridiculous.
Crazy.
Anyway, so you think you're going 40 around this mountain, but really you're going 60, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so that's confusing. You got to keep an eye on that, and it bugs you around. Anyway, and we came up the other side, and then this drive just went forever and ever and ever. Okay, so I thought it was going to take 5.5 hours, maybe 6.5 hours, but it took like
A while.
So we left at 2ish, I think, and we got here at 10. So, but it felt like I drove for what, 4 or 5 hours?
You drove to the state line, to Nevada, to the border.
Yeah, but I also drove
Around, yeah.
to some of the way to Yosemite. So I reckon altogether I probably drove at least 4 hours.
More than that.
Well, yeah.
You drove the whole time up there.
Oh, okay. Well, I drove a lot, and I started to hurt. Like, I had a sore bum and I had sore feet, so I had to take my shoes off. But yeah, the views on and then so then we came out of there, finally, the forest, and then we started to hit like the desert. And oh, hang on, wait, reverse. I forgot. Before we left the forest, there was a deer that crossed the road.
The car in front of us nearly hit it.
The car in front of us nearly hit it, and we braked, and it was a deer. There was a deer, like a kangaroo, hopping along. But it was a deer. And I started screaming. And he just had his phone out like 2 seconds before taking photos of the mountains and stuff. And we missed it, and I was shattered, but I was so excited. Aren't you excited about the deer?
Not as excited as you were. And you saw another squirrel. We saw another squirrel.
Another squirrel. And there was a deer.
And no bears.
No bears.
No bears.
But I was pretty pleased with the deer. Oh, I wish we got a photo or a video of it crossing though. And he just hopped along and he's like, oh shit, there's people out here. Oh, but I belong. And anyway, go past there. Finally came out of there, and then it was like we're in the desert. Well, not the desert. It was like mixed between a desert and not a desert. Like, it wasn't completely red and orange.
It wasn't like our desert. It was more.
It wasn't completely red and orange, but it was like, I don't know how to explain it. It was like white. Like everything was white, but it wasn't snow. It was like grey. Like everything was dead.
It was a desert.
It was a desert.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you know what? We've got notes here. Their desert smells like piss. Okay. So the air out there is like cat piss, I think.
Yeah.
Like it was very smelly, like very pongy. And we were in the desert for a long time, and we were like switching between aircon and windows open. Aircon, windows open. Okay, and then it gets to, what time do you reckon we got to that bloody petrol station
Oh, petrol station.
where we bought the food stuff? 5?
4:30, I think.
4:30?
We were probably there from 4:30 to about 5. We were there, well, probably 20.
Okay, so we had breakfast at about 7:30. We didn't eat. Then from 7:30 till 4:30, when we've been running around driving all day in this boiling heat, all we had was a few lollies, like not even barely anything. Like when I say lollies, I mean like little starbursts, like nothing. And a few crackers.
Yeah.
And that summed up, like that was lunch, I guess. We call that lunch. Then we didn't get to the service station until 4:30, and I bought a Gatorade, a 600ml Gatorade for $1.79, something like that, which is pretty close to Australia's price. That. And these little goldfish things, I saw on YouTube some girl eating them, trying them. Some Australian went to America and she tried them, so I thought I'd try them. Instead of, because they had food, but it was too expensive and there was a line and all this other crap, hot food. I'm like, oh, I'll just get some crackers or something. So I got these little goldfish, and pretty much it's just like chicken drumsticks, but they're smaller, and I got the extra cheddar flavour. And the bag, you get so much in the bag. Like I had about 3 servings. Like I had some, and then I had an hour break, and I had some more, and I had an hour break, and I had some more. Like there was a lot in that bag, and that's what I had. What did you have?
I had a Starbucks mocha, which was actually alright compared to the other iced coffee.
But it wasn't like Starbucks coffee shop,
Yeah, it
like
was a
as in
glass
like
bottle.
cold drink.
Yeah. And a Hershey's bar, which was pretty good and lasted about 3 seconds compared to your goldfish with 3 servings.
What flavour was it?
Peanut.
What did
Had
it say?
peanuts in it.
What did it say on the front? Mr. Good.
Mr. Good Bar.
Mr. Good Bar.
Yeah.
I don't get. That's just silly. Okay, and that, I guess we'd call that our dinner,
Yeah,
because
that's
we
fine.
have not eaten anything else. So for the whole day, we've had Macca's for breakfast, a few crackers, a few rice crackers, and a few lollies at lunchtime, and then I had some goldfish and a Gatorade for dinner, and it's now 11:30 or later at
And in
night.
hindsight, we probably should have had Burger King at that servo.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
But we didn't realise how much further we had to go. Like, that just went on forever. Like, I thought we weren't that far off. And he's like, there's like 200 miles.
We crossed the border at 5:30.
Did we eat after that?
No.
Before that?
No. We ate before that at that servo.
Oh, okay.
But then we didn't get here till 10. So it was 4.5 hours from the border.
Yeah. So it was a lot further than what I thought it was going to be. And, did anything else exciting happen on the drive? Oh, well, he had kind of a bit of a sleep. He was nodding off, but then I kept waking him up because I wanted to eat. So he needed to help me with my retainers and give me this and give me that. And
You couldn't open anything because your nails and
yeah. And then we swapped over just after the border because I wanted to drive over the border. And
then it was a whole lot of nothing.
the whole lot of nothing. And so I started drifting off. I had to use his dirty clothes to lay my head on.
There's a few towns
And,
that look like out of horror movies.
Oh, yeah. Like Hillbilly Central, and there's like old style and everything's... it was like Wolf Creek style, like Chainsaw Massacre style houses out there that are all broken and
There's like a
trailers.
burnt-out house and then a new house next to it. Like the house burnt down, and then they just built a new one next to it instead of... Yeah. and left the burning one there. Yeah.
A lot of weird stuff out there. Oh, and there was a lake. What was it? What was that lake? Mono Lake? Went past another lake. Took some photos there. That was nice. And
the dips on the road.
Oh, it was
down.
like, when I was driving, it was like, woo, woo, woo. And then you know how your stomach goes up, like jumps? It was like that. And I was getting very excited. It was like a ride. And he was telling me to slow down because he thought I was going to get air.
Yeah, because you're only like 20 miles an hour over the speed limit.
No, I wasn't.
Nah, not at all.
It's not my fault, okay? I tried to get the
I thought it was in kilometers.
speed control, speed thingo to work, and I couldn't get it to work. Anyway, and then I had a bit of a snooze, and I was like, I drooled all over his bag.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, it felt something wet. That's what it was. And then we finally started to get here. Las Vegas, and I got all excited, got my phone out, I wanted to take photos and stuff, but I couldn't see probably at night, and I feel so sick right now, I need to eat.
But it was, because you think of Vegas as like one street with all the casinos, it was, like we drove for probably 20 minutes, and it was like, it's a massive city, like.
And then, when we finally got here, then it started getting really excited because it's so bright. Like the lights down the street we were going to where our hotel was, like it was so bright, and all the casinos and lights, and like you see it on TV and your stuff, and like people make such a big fuss about how it's all lit up, and I'm like, big whoop, there's got some lights on a building, but it's like you feel it as soon as you get here, as soon as you see it, like you feel it. Yeah. And so then I got excited again. And then we pulled in, and the guys are like, we didn't know where to park. The guys like asking us, we want him to valet park, and we're like, no, we didn't know what we're doing, and he just looked at us like we were idiots, like they were dumb Australians. Yeah. And then we came in. And then checked in, came up to our room. We're in our room. 14th floor. Got an alright view. It'll probably be better in the morning. It's hard to see at night.
The windows are really tinted.
Yeah.
Like you can't really see out of them very well at night.
But we'll see what it looks like tomorrow. And I think the room's pretty good. It would have been nice to have a little bar fridge. I mean, you think at a hotel place like this they'd have a little fridge in the room. And there's no like coffee or kettle or toaster or nothing, so that's a little bit disappointing.
But they probably expect everyone to eat out.
Yeah.
In Vegas, I guess.
A little bit disappointing, but it is what it is. But then we came back here, and then we had to go back downstairs because we didn't bring all our stuff in. And then we got on the elevator with a whole bunch of guys.
Obviously on like a Bucks night.
Like they were rowdy as, and they were like, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, "Australia." They're like, "Where?" And I'm like, "Australia." And they're like, "Where?" And he's like, "Australia." And they're like, "Whereabouts in Australia?" I'm like, "Victoria." And they had no idea, but it smelled like weed in there, and they all were like drunk and like hooting and hollering, and they asked if we had weed. Like, they were joking, but still. And it was a bit.
And they pushed every button, so we had to stop at every floor.
Yeah, that was good. We literally had to wait for the elevator for ages. We could hear them in the elevator. We could hear them, and we're like, well, why can't we get in? Like, open the door. But they were just in there having the giggles and partying. Anyway, and I just felt disgusting because I didn't shower today or yesterday. I showered yesterday morning, but I didn't shower last night. I didn't shower this morning, and my hair was all greasy, and I was in my gym clothes, to get to the car park from the hotel, you got to walk through the casino. So here's all these pretty people all dressed up and all that, and I'm in me runners and me workout clothes with me dirty hair. Look like I've been hit by a bus with no makeup on. I'm like, this is terrible. Anyway, and then got our shit, came back up here, and then I had a shower, and the shower's really good. Bathroom's pretty nice, I must say. Did you like the shower?
When I figured it out...
Did you have trouble with the friggin' temperature though?
I had no idea how it worked. I was in there for like 10 minutes trying to figure out how to spin it. I don't know how to do a full 360. Like, what's the point of that?
Did you do a full 360?
Went all the way to the left, all the way around,
Good job.
and back up.
And then was it too hot for you?
No, that was alright. It was too
Oh.
cold for ages.
Oh, I couldn't work. Can't really work out how to get the right temperature, but the pressure of the shower head, I like it, and it's a nice big shower. Oh, it's nice. Oh, it was so good to have a shower. And then now the problem is, like, we were really, really tired, but now we're in Las Vegas and we know that we're here for a couple of days and we know that we get to sleep in, and now it's like we're kind of awake, but we're kind of not. Like, I could probably go to sleep.
Really? Because you don't look tired at all.
But I'm hungry. But I can't be bothered because I'm in my pajamas and there's nothing to eat here. And anyway, so we made it here, and we're here, and he's just so happy. Like, I thought he was in love with the lady downstairs because he's that happy, and then he had to go at me because I asked him if he liked her. But I've never seen, he's not normally this happy, but obviously he's happy. I didn't know it was because we were here or it was because he liked the lady.
Because we were here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, why isn't that nice to me? In nice manners and
She was
everything.
giving vouchers away.
And I give you nothing. Anyway, we better go before we have another tiff. Anything else to say about today? What did you think?
It was good. It was good because, like, I think we both thought, like, the theme parks in Disneyland, like, they were going to be the big things, but we've been to, like, two, like, nature kind of places and they've, like, blown our minds a bit.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, I'm glad that we added those things,
Yeah.
and that it isn't just all partying and getting drunk and eating and theme parks and stuff, because, like, that we would have completely missed out if we had been all of that. Like, we would have missed something crazy, incredible. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you don't see that stuff in Australia. You
No.
wouldn't see any of that.
And it's just like, it sounds stupid, but it almost makes me feel spiritual. Like, it's like a spiritual thing, because you see this shit on TV all the time. You see all this stuff in America on TV all the time, and you're just like, oh, that's good. But until you're actually there and you're in that moment and you're actually feeling it, and you're just like, wow, it just makes you feel.
And you don't believe your eyes because
It's like makes you feel completely different to seeing it on TV, and I didn't think that would happen. I didn't think it would be like that. Anyway, so we probably should have talked about our sign off before.
Yeah, well,
Before we start the video.
that tomorrow.
Okay, what are we going to say?
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
Yeah, we've done well.
Is today day 4?
Day 4.
Yeah,
Over
so
and out.
over and out, day 4. Catch you later, mate.
Yeah.
Hooroo. See you later. Bye. Say bye.
Bye.